All right, today we are pulling back the curtain on something that happens billions of times a second, but most of us never even think about. We're going to follow the secret roadmap that basically every piece of your digital life takes to get from out there to right here in front of you. I mean, really think about it for a second. You click on a link, you tap a screen, and boom, information just appears, almost instantly. How in the world does that actually happen? What's the secret sauce that gets a massive video file from some data center in, say, California, all the way to the phone in your hand? It really does feel like magic sometimes, doesn't it? But it's not. It's actually a super organized, incredibly clever system. It's a map, or maybe a better way to think of it is a detailed instruction manual that every single device on the internet follows perfectly.
Okay, so let's give this system its proper name. It's called the OSI model, and that stands for Open Systems Interconnection. Now, the easiest way to get your head around it is with an analogy we're going to keep coming back to. Think of it as the global postal service for data. It's the official rulebook that makes sure a digital package, whether that's an email or a Netflix stream, sent from anywhere, can be correctly received, well, anywhere else.
And this entire kind of complex journey, well, it's beautifully broken down into just 7 distinct steps, or, as they're officially called, 7 layers. Each layer has one very specific job to do before it passes that data package off to the next one in line. So let's start at the very beginning of the journey at the top. This first group of layers is all about one thing: getting your data packed up and ready for its big trip. This is kind of like the packing and labeling department of our digital post office.
Okay, so let's quickly run through these first 4 layers. At the very top, layer 7, the application layer. That's the stuff you actually interact with. It's your web browser, your email app, you name it. Right below that, layer 6, presentation, acts like a universal translator. It makes sure the data is in a standard format, like turning an image into a JPEG that any computer can actually read. Then you've got the session and transport layers. Think of them as a team that opens up the communication line and then chops your data into smaller, numbered pieces, making sure everything is ready for the long haul.
So what's the big picture for these upper layers? It's really all about preparation. Their whole job is to make sure the data, let's say from a YouTube server, is perfectly formatted, secured, and broken into manageable chunks so it can arrive on your computer reliably and without any errors. All right, our digital package is all packed, it's labeled, and it's ready to go. Now comes the really cool part, the actual physical journey. This is where the lower layers jump in, handling all the addressing, the local delivery routes, and the actual shipping of your data across the world. And this is where our postal service analogy really clicks into place. Layer 3, the network layer, slaps on the IP address. That's the main destination, like the city, state, and zip code on a package. Then, layer 2, the data link layer, adds what's called a MAC address. Think of that as the specific street address for the very next stop on the route, like the local post office. And finally, layer 1, the physical layer. Well, that's the actual stuff, the cables, the Wi-Fi signals, the hardware. It's literally the roads, trucks, and mail carriers that are physically moving your data. So we've gone through all 7 layers now, but here is the single most important thing to understand about this entire process. It's not just a list of steps, it's a chain, and it's completely interdependent. It's an all-or-nothing deal. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. For your data to get where it's going, for that video to play, for that email to send, every single one of those 7 layers has to do its job without a single mistake. If just one of them messes up, the entire chain breaks. That's it. Connection failed. There's no partial credit in the OSI model. The logic here is just simple and totally unforgiving. As our source material puts it, and you can't say it any clearer than this, if one layer fails, your connection fails too. A bad cable down at the physical layer is just as fatal to your connection as a software bug way up at the application layer. So why does knowing all this matter? I mean, who cares about this postal service model, right? Well, you should, because it's not just some abstract theory. It's one of the most powerful diagnostic tools, like an X-ray for your network, that helps you figure out why things aren't working. See, by understanding these 7 layers, you basically become a network detective. Instead of just throwing your hands up and saying the internet is down, you can start to logically pinpoint the problem. You can ask, is it a layer 1 problem? Is my cable unplugged? Or maybe, is it a layer 3 issue? Is there a problem with my IP address?
This model gives you a roadmap to find the source of the failure, and, just as important, it gives you a common language to talk about it with other IT pros. So I'll leave you with this little challenge. The next time your connection drops or a page won't load, don't just get frustrated. Pause for a second and think like a network engineer. Ask yourself, which of these 7 layers is the most likely culprit here? Is it something physical I can check, or is the problem happening somewhere further up that digital chain? You now have the secret map to start figuring it out.